Famos. Kudos to you. Yeah. Thank you for pulling out this song.
Yes.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
There are some songs where all you need to do is hear the intro.
Exactly.
All you need is the intro. Like this one.
Captivating.
Many of your, almost all your songs are just that evergreen songs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know when I hear this song last. Did you perform it last month at the fest?
No.
No. I don't think
it didn't get to that point because we're looking at the bunch of stuff that has to go on that night.
So what I'm I don't think I've heard this song
in a while. Yeah.
In a while. But the moment I hear didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
when I enter the crowd in any performance I'm kind of dishing out, I look at the response of the audience.
Yeah.
And I know that it's like, consider me to be a mind reader. When I look around, I will probably have to understand that what they're looking for is handy. At that event, time and money was on everybody's
mind.
So I could tell that would be the best song to round up. That was my feeling.
I'm Famos. I'm going to flip this podcast. Listen, I'm going to take this podcast to another place we were not planning.
Yeah.
So forgive me for that.
So that's what life is.
Lately, shout out. What's up, people? How you guys doing? Welcome to the Famous Lentini Pod. This is episode 16, and we have for the second time.
I think so.
On the podcast, the legendary Mike Okri himself.
Yes.
Baba, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
See, the excitement.
Lentino!
The excitement when you there, I don't almost forget to say hi to our people. So I want to take this podcast to a different place. So, Baba, I beg, no vex.
Yeah.
So lately, in the past couple of weeks, I've watched. I watch a lot of podcasts as well and stuff like that. I've recently watched a podcast with Zigima Master. Was Zigima?
Yeah. You're talking about Chris.
What is his name?
Is
the one that
Bright Chimezie.
Bright Chimezie. Yeah. So I just recently saw a podcast with Bright Chimezie.
Yeah.
And then this past Monday, I saw a podcast with Shino Peters.
Okay.
Right? And I think you've been on this podcast before, and I don't think we went in depth. So I would love, especially now that you just before the podcast you were talking about what you're working on and where you're going and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I want to take this podcast on that route.
Okay.
So firstly, can you tell us how you started music, like your musical journey? How you where you were born, where you grew up,
okay,
and how you started music. And I have other questions to come after that. But I don't think I have even seen. And the reason why I'm doing this because one thing I'm loving about Nigerian entertainment lately, and two things. One thing I'm loving about Nigerian entertainment lately is the awareness now to give legends or people who have paved the way, because a lot of these young cats are saying nobody paved the way for them and stuff like that.
A lot of flowers. Yes,
is to give them their flowers, like why they're alive and still doing stuff. Right?
You're damn right.
So, and I've seen that movement a lot. I saw a podcast too with Shei and stuff like that. Like, it's very important, and we have the opportunity. We have the luxury, we have the opportunity to have you hang out with us and all that stuff. And we were at the house party recently, and with a couple of Gen Z folks. I think you had just left Famos. And we were talking about who is a legend or who is not a legend. Yeah. One of the people we were having that conversation with was like, I don't see Olamide as a legend. I almost fainted. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to, how old are you again? Oh, I started listening to music like maybe 2017. I said, I got it. Wizkid is a legend. Davido is a legend. Not to take anything away from them, but to see that or to hear that and initially we started arguing, myself, Fatai, Francis. And when she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't see Olamide," I said, "Hey, blasphemy." but I had to understand where she's coming from. She couldn't have ever. Right?
So
we have the luxury and the opportunity to have you around us.
Thank you for having me.
And we never take it for granted. You know, we never take it for granted. Anytime, any opportunity we have to be around you or do stuff with you, it's always a great time. But I don't think we've been able to, even me, I've known you for a long time since I was a kid, but I don't know your journey.
Exactly.
And listening to Bright Chimezi's journey, the people he
played with, and so forth,
the struggles he went through and stuff like that. And you have at least 6 or 7 major hits.
Exactly.
Evergreen, like Rumba Dance is one of those that, like I said, I haven't heard in a long time. I don't even know how you got to making those songs. So I think if you can, indulge us in those. So, how did you start?
Okay. First, my name is Michael Obukowo Ogenebro here.
Hey, Obiala.
AKA
the legendary Mike Okri. Yes, boss.
Wafi boy to be precise.
We're in the building.
I was born in
area.
I was born in Ughelli town. Ughelli is not. It's about 30 minutes away from Warri town.
Major. Ughelli is
exactly. And to be honest with you, I've been involved in the music business, and right from the beginning that I was even in high school.
So, Baba, you go school?
Oh, yeah.
They don't be able to be like you.
So I attended one of the best secondary school in Den Bendel, now Delta State, known as Hebrew College.
I heard of that school.
No, Federal Enugu was the best.
Wait, I forget that love. If you know where Hebrew College come from.
I know, right?
And then I just did a year in Government College, Ughelli. And then after leaving there, I also attended a television college and had my HND in broadcast journalism. Actually, that was the beginning of the turnaround of event. I've been doing stints, appearing in events for artists in Play 2. Any artist that comes into Play 2. And then, of course, I migrated from Play 2 to Port Harcourt. And my first event was with blessed memory, Sonny Okosuns.
Oh, wow.
Of the Okosuns, yes. And then we started out from there. And normally when you open the ground for these artists, they will always say, Okri, come over to Lagos. Come and see for yourself. I was already drafted because immediately I graduated, being one of the youngest broadcasters. I was taken from Jos to start working in Kaduna, but I only worked for 6 months.
Wow.
And disappeared. So everybody was like, are you crazy? Why would you just leave your profession? You're one of the most sounding, you have the diction. You have
music was calling.
But I said, well, you're right. Music was calling. And when I had to leave, guess what? I went to Lagos. And then I didn't start with doing demos because I know that everybody wanted to do a demo. Everybody wanted to sound like everybody else. And Chris Okotie at that point was just about to wind down to eventually give up music for his gospel. And then another guy that, right now we're best of friends. If he goes, I go. If he comes, I come. It's Felix Liberty. He's my And then so I remember back in the day too, there were those we admired.
Right. Like drop names. Like who were the people who like you looked up to? Yeah, back then.
Back then there were groups like The Actions. You won't know these groups.
No.
And then Raker's Experience. We have groups like Mono Mono. We have Johnny Hastrop. Before it came to the likes of Orlando Julius. Come on there.
Yeah.
And then Fela Kuti.
Wow.
Victor Owaifo.
Yeah.
And then we talk about Royce Chicago. These were before even Victor Laya. I don't want to talk about Cardinal Reslosin because Cardinal Reslosin
he was
died.
He
was very popular, but he died in
back
73.
then. Reslosin, yeah.
So it was just his music. So there was no personal contact with him. But eventually, I'll talk about my contemporaries, but I'll talk about those I eventually was looking up to, and I liked their music from a distance. And one of them, which eventually I worked with, was Onyeka Onwenu.
Oh, wow.
Blessed memory. Christy, S7E16.
Wow. Because that was this set you just got.
Exactly.
Was the Mandators this set or before them?
No. Mandators
or after?
No,
yeah, you know your music history.
Mandators came around the period of Felix Liberty.
Felix Liberty.
Yes.
Because there was, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. So during that Felix Liberty time,
yes,
I can't remember the guy who sang Taxi Driver.
Let me tell you, the guy who sang for Taxi Driver was way back, even before them fella. That you're talking about Bobby Benson.
Bobby Benson. So that was before.
Yeah,
wow.
Bobby Benson is on the same ranking level with Ebenezer Obey and the likes of King Sunny Ade. He was way back, in the 60s, even if not more.
So a quick question.
A
quick question. How did you meet Sonny Okosun? Like, how did that meeting come about?
Yeah, well, after my event, because I had to be the opening act, and everybody seemed to like what I did. I was very good with singing other people's songs. And,
because you were already on radio.
Yeah.
Were you on radio?
No, I had already left radio.
Right, he left broadcast.
I already left, no, I never went to radio. It was television.
Okay.
I already left because one of the greatest things that I had in mind was I could survive. And when I came, I was before my time. A lot of times when they bring all singers from the UK. And yes, lady singers will always come from the UK, and they make small yanga. Sometimes a project that would take just one session, they will take it for several weeks. So it was costing the record companies a lot of money.
So they couldn't find anybody.
So when the likes of me came, and I used to have a falsetto that sounds like a soprano. Right. So and then myself, another guy called Charlie Aka, and who was under the label of Sonny Okosun with EMI, and another guy, Boyfi Sampson, who also presently is a pastor, bishop in Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
We teamed together and we're called the Zappas. The first time we came together, our idea was to start doing backups for all the big artists.
When they come.
But what took place instead was recording studios started seeking. We went there. Sometimes we'll do some backup for free, and everybody was like, when they listen, they say, oh boy, who are these guys? That was how we took the market away
from the
guys coming from abroad.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they don't start calling us studio rats because sometimes we'll go to Tabansi, us Rogers All Stars will be there. This time they were hiring us. They will keep us in hotel. But we do a project. We can do a whole project per day. Boom, we enter the studio. That's why they call us the Zappas. And our voices were very sonorous and sweet. So when we do this thing, everybody say, we don't need all these people who buy ticket come from.
The Zappas, the
Zappas.
They are killing it.
So, we started doing that and we're catching fame. Even though we didn't have anything like telephone.
Right.
If I was staying with my uncle then in the cantonment in Ikeja, before I wake up by the door like this, I don't write for there. Okri, please, we need you for studio. I'll go find myself. So I wasn't broke. I was always
wow.
So, but then
what year was this?
It was 83, 84 when I got my son, 85, 86. I joined Onyeka 86. Onyeka's band.
Onyeka Onwenu's band.
Oh, my band.
1986.
Okay. And then I lived through, because Onyeka was a person I performed with for 3 years and even had my first album in the market before I resigned. to start my own.
Okay. So there's a lot of
a lot.
So how did you? Because you don't bring Onyeka away no inside.
Yes.
These are major milestones
and
and history lesson for us.
Yes.
But again, because these are all legends. All these names that you've put out there, were all legends.
True.
Right?
True.
Sonny Okosun. I want to go back to Sonny Okosun.
Yes. How I met.
And because I want to know your musical journey.
Okay.
How you met all of these people.
Okay.
And then you came into the market while they were still alive and doing music.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden,
Exactly.
Mike Okri was the talk of Nigeria.
Yeah, thank you.
And you didn't stop with one song.
Yes.
Like,
You dropped the other one, the other one. Can't drop educational song.
Yeah, true.
You get what I'm saying? So while they were all still doing music.
Yeah, exactly. And the favorite, my biggest fan among them was late Okosun.
So how did you meet Sonny Okosun?
Okay, like I said, when let me put it this way. There's this thing that goes on more like a festival. FM Port Harcourt does the music festival every year. And
so these things don't take for a while.
So they usually would pick, and Sonny Okosun was usually one of the tops.
The main,
every year.
Yeah.
I think starting from 82. So I joined the band in 83 that did the backups for all the artists that performed.
Yeah.
And I also had to be featured as my own solo act with a band. So when people hear me sing, I was different. And, like the big stars too, when they are backstage, they was, who be that boy?
Yeah, who be that? Yeah.
So I was invited. It's like, it was my time to be recognized. I acknowledge that. For Okosun, he won't call me again, but for Okosun to ask somebody, go call me that boy. So I went to the backstage, and he was quizzing me, asking me how long I've been. Oh, okay, come Lagos. He was the first to even invite me. That I should come to his house in Surulere. And,
you say Surulere was the main hub back then.
So it was so easy for me to get convinced that, yes, this is my time. And I didn't hesitate to pack my bag and baggages and headed for Lagos. And when I got to Lagos, I went to Okosun's place. And fine, initially, everybody was like, oh my God, this guy don't come in a throw. So during rehearsals, I think is usually the case, but I sensed it as well. When I was in the band and I'm singing, in the process, when somebody's singing flat, my ear, I say, boy, don't be like that. I'll correct them. They go take offense. So who be this guy? Just come, just want to, because someone say, look, now singer be this, so don't listen to him. So I kind of noticed the tension involved. But the saving grace was that there was another lady known as Uche Ibetu. She was even around and produced by Okosun too. They call her the Jigida Queen. Lege. So she just, woman now, she just passed back, steal me from Okosun. So I started doing backups. So
don't tell me that's the woman that gave you your first.
No.
Okay. You don't say, you are famous waka.
No. Everything when I do, thank God I still deal with the woman till tomorrow.
Wow.
That she wasn't part of music. Because I couldn't deal with, my energy was so solid, so strong and still strong.
Yeah.
So I know say that kind of competition, I don't bring woman close to me when we say you're gonna feel threatened every time. I needed somebody outside that I could deal with and can even contain me as well. So from there, I became it's like from Okosun to Uche Beto, my name was already
out there.
That's at that time, Bright Chimeze was with the Customs band.
Yes. So that's what because listening to Bright Chimeze, the podcast when Bright Chimeze was talking about, because he was a customs officer, but in the band.
In the band. Yeah, I know all of them. And the good thing was we were all backstage of the industry, not in the public's view, but this is amongst musicians. We know ourselves. And we do respect ourselves in the when this one starts.
Yeah,
Okay, this one started before us. But there was a period of time that all of us became equilibrium, if I have to borrow that term.
Right.
And for some reason, we respected ourselves. We knew that, okay, everybody knows me to be a potential musician or artist that can sing any damn kind of song. Be it high life, Afro, ballad. So they respected me in that manner. Some people just got stuck to one style of idea, and I still respect them for that. So we and I didn't let that get into my head, because there were some too who came along the line. You guys wouldn't even know them. But at that time where I could say either I'm a threat to them or they are a threat to me, but they could not survive it because of their headiness. Because humility is the watchword in the music industry. So I think my humility kind of brought me closer to people who initially may have felt threatened, but because of my humility, they say, this guy not be that kind of guy when they let things get into his head.
So you get any follow-up? How many years were you with Sonny Okosun?
No, on and off, it was just 2 years.
2 years. So now, how did the meeting with Onyeka Onwenu come about? This is
the magic. 1986, we were with a
1986 or 96?
86.
86. I didn't look the timeline. 96, now if they born you, now you don't know this thing.
I was 5 years old in 86.
Small boy. So 86, what going to happen, you see, for one guy house, what they call Steve Black, is a very well-known musician amongst us too. Old school. He just turned 71 now. And he's such a great guy. Then he was even younger than, and then he was a conga player, singer, and beautiful. So they had already started what is known as the Kabasa Band, and they needed singers. And as at that time, Laolu Akins, who was a singer, drummer for Blow, also was managing Onyeka. So at that time, he was able to, figure out that we need some good singers, and they've heard of me, so they called me, another lady known as Cicely Omohimi. She was the only female amongst us. And then they called in another guy who's late now too. Actually, I brought that guy in, and eventually, who's known as Ozigizaga, Chris Hannan, if you know him.
No.
What was the
never born
anyway, I don't know if I modeled out.
I don't think I remember. I don't remember that.
So when we three started working with Onyeka, because it was Laolo's doing, they auditioned us, and Onyeka just kind of liked the way we combined and did our thing. So we became permanent singers for Onyeka.
So talking about Onyeka Onwenu, what was her work ethic like? What would you say? Because you were with Onyeka Onwenu for how many years?
3 years. Yeah.
3 years. Yeah. Like, what would you say her work ethic is like?
Very disciplined. Disciplined, and not only, she could be someone that could be misunderstood if you're not close to her, because a lot of people from the distance would probably say, "Oh, she's too." Of course, that's why the journalists gave her the name Stallion. But
in this era, they are called cougars.
Way back then. But then there's one thing beautiful about this woman, and I will always say that anywhere I go, that she's a fighter. An activist in mindset, and the way she goes about things is that she doesn't want to see someone else hurt. She would take someone's fight and run with it. Okay, she's that kind of person.
Baba, wait. Baba, give us tea. Give us tea on this one. For 3 years, there was a rumor that she was dating Sonny Ade at that time. Because at some point they do that condom song.
Yeah.
Grandparenthood song.
Yeah.
But
So if you
who mama they date that time because she was not married.
no, but I'll tell you the
That
truth.
way your mind.
Give us small gist. Because again, like I said in the beginning,
yes,
we have the privilege to be with someone like
but
you.
I will. Even people suspected that I was dating her.
But I don't trust. Even me
not
not trust you. I just don't want to talk out like that.
No, but I'll tell you, she was my mother in the music business.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Onyeka respects intelligence. Of course, she happened to have known that my elder brother is a writer, famous in that sense, Ben Okri. So when I came into the pictures, like, first question she asked was, "Are you related to Ben Okri?" I said, "Yes." It's okay, he's in the family. So most times, even backstage or when we are in our hotels and she will invite us and we're having a conversation, she enjoyed my conversations. The level I would take it to, she asks a question, the level I take it to is always very...
But we ask questions to the level
well,
we ask.
He's getting there now.
And they run.
It sounds like Trump, you know. It just go around.
So when it comes to that, first I'll debunk it. She's never had anything with Sonny Ade. There was just this close friendship. And I'll tell you one thing. When Onyeka had that song ready, I was the one in the picture. I was supposed to have done that song with her. But after, there is this thing about, of course, this thing going on, and we went to Enugu when we came back. And Sonny Ade came into the picture. She approached me and said, what do I think? She approached me and said, look, sorry, King Sonny Ade will have to feature in the music. And of course, don't forget that the producer of that music was Lemmy Jackson. And Lemmy Jackson seemed to have suggested the idea. So it was more of bringing Sonny Ade into the picture. But one, bigger fish. Nobody know me that time. I was
fish.
Just,
right. So, okay.
I was just band boy.
Yeah.
So, but
so
then there was the fact that she humbled herself to have had the conversation with me, kind of settled it. This woman didn't just see me like, and I agree with that. So that was how the project went. But when it comes to relationship, Onyeka never dated. Besides, I will say it now and hear me clearly. Besides Reverend Chris Okotie, before.
When he was in the world.
Before.
When he was in the world.
Yes, because they dated. Even at the time when Okosun was trying to shikoro across the line, the corridor, he not walk. Because Onyeka is such a person that if she's very private. So most of our relationship is not with musicians at all. She never had anything. The children, the man she had children for, and he's not a musician. He was a top business Mongol. And then before he started going for the politicians. So we know them. But that she never...
Who be them?
Baba na one of them.
Ask your question,
yes, Baba na one of them. You know the Baba they talk?
Really?
You know Baba?
Farmer.
Farmer. Now one of them.
Baba Farmer?
Yes.
Wow.
Then my Oga Pata for NTA way back then.
Yeah.
Now one of them.
Okay. Famos, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask so after you don't do all the band everything.
We're still coming to the music.
Waiting make you feel like what would push you or say, okay, I'm done with this.
I'm ready for mine. I'm ready for the limelight.
Okay, I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
The good thing is that when you are in the process of climbing the ladder, or that you're in the middle of the ladder trying to reach the very top, there's always a guiding light, a human guiding light that will always be there watching after you and saying, why don't you take it this way? Yeah. And there were a couple of them. One of them was also a band member, the guitarist. He's known as Fortune Otega. Actually, he was the one that said...
Shout out Fortune. Respect to you, sir.
Yeah.
So
is he still alive?
Yeah, he's very much alive.
Shout out to you, sir.
He's in Texas. So it happened that Fortune was like, oh boy, you didn't sing. Make we go do your demo for Onitsha. So went to Oka, did the demo.
Why not in Lagos?
No, because, we had another guy known as Leslie Brunner. He's Ghanaian, married to an Igbo woman. So basically, he's a fantastic keyboard player, and he's been in Nigeria playing with bands. So he's good. He's one of our...
So you had to go seek him out.
Yes. So, and they've been buddies because in the music industry, we know ourselves.
Right,
we play bands together. So it was very easy for them. And Bruna was like, I better bring the guy, you know. That was how. And don't forget that when I was doing backup and I was leaving Lagos to Oka and other part of the East, I was meeting with Bruna. So Bruna already knew me so it was like, and when it's your time, things just work out. So at that point...
You said it was two things, but I'll let you finish because I have a follow-up question.
So after the demo, we got back and everybody was, for anybody that cares to listen, I'm always, have you heard my demo? I'll play it for them. So one day during our rehearsals, I was playing the demo. Then Laolu, who was managing Onyeka, walked in and listened to the demo. So, okay, that's all. No, I'm there. Unknown to me that as at that time, Laolu's brother-in-law was the accountant for CBS Records. And as at that period of time, the government of Lagos State, I don't know if it's Lagos State government or federal, had told CBS that, look, we are tired of you people throwing all kind of stuff, foreign records we need you to sign up Nigerian acts. So Laolu took advantage, grabbed my demo, and took it to CBS. Amidst hundreds of people that turned their stuff in, I became number one. That was how it turned out to be the first CBS artist. Of course, Sony Music eventually bought CBS, and that was the beginning of history.
Was the demo one of the Rumba or Time Number?
No, it was the demo was Rumba came later. The demo has Omoge.
Okay. Yeah.
And when I did the demo, the song Time No Money wasn't part of it. Mm-hmm. So it was Laolu's idea when we sat down and Laolu said, bring in some more songs. Man, I can hear you, man. And because at that time, the company had given us a blank check.
Amen.
Just go to the studio and work.
Amen.
And
I see they see you. So that blank check, I see that rose where you put for outside now.
You try. In your dreams.
Baba, you see they chop this money.
So as God will have it, everything worked for good. That time, I don't let my head be good, but inside, I was walking like I was walking like a king.
Let's hold off on those songs because I have a question that would kind of prompt us into that.
Yeah.
Which record labels were the question I had before? But let's talk about record labels since we're there. Which record labels were the biggest record labels, or how many record labels did we have that time? Because after a while, all of them, from what I've learned and heard and all that, all of them, they came. Sony was a big one because I know Sonny Ade was on Sony and all that stuff. So how many of them did we have back then? I never heard of CBS. I don't know.
And it seems like music back then since all of you know each other, it wasn't as big like now it is how it is now. Say okay, this is you.
I think it was big.
No, because there were not a lot of
the recording companies were few but very big, and I'll tell you why.
Which ones? And then go into that.
Yes, most of the only reason you probably think the music industry. Let me explain this part first. Okay. The only reason you probably think the music industry was not big is because syndication was applicable, which means if an artist released an album in Tokyo today, it would take another 1 year before it's released in Nigeria. Yeah. Unlike now, where with a click of a button,
I don't show.
So that's that. But the because in the record companies were always having a third party release contract.
Yeah.
If they have a major contract with you in Tokyo, of course, when it comes to Nigeria, because of the Nigerian terrain, they will always want to discuss something different.
Right.
So that was the reason there were certain delays. And sometimes through the backlog. Now, to come back to you, we used to have Polydor. Polydor became Polygram.
Okay.
We used to have Decca.
No, I don't know.
Oh, really?
We used to have Decca.
Also did in the music.
Yes.
No
Yes.
vex,
So
no vex,
you understand?
no vex.
And
I'm just being open and honest.
And Decca, one of the key owners of Decca was Ebenezer Obey.
What?
So yeah, I'm not coming. We used to have
really?
Oluma records. Oluma, we used to have phono discs. Phono disc was one that released the likes of King Sunny Ade, Chris Okotie, and the rest of them, and many more. And then we used to have Rogers All Stars. Rogers All Stars was the one that released this guy, this Ikenga guy, that sang Mother.
Sweet Mother.
Okay. Chris Nico Mbaga, yes.
Yeah.
And then we used to have I'm talking about major. Then EMI wasn't originally EMI. It was one particular name I can't remember before EMI emerged. Okay? And let me honestly say one thing.
Is it okay for this podcast to be 2 episodes?
Yeah.
No, go.
Okay.
No, wait.
Okay. No, like you cut it into 2 episodes.
No.
No? One.
So,
because I don't want to, listen. This
Keep
is
going. Let's go.
So even the emergence of CBS, I'll first say CBS, did not just come boom. I think one of the top personnel left Polygram to set up CBS Records.
Oh, wow.
Okay, because she went abroad, got the partnership, and came with CBS. And CBS, after CBS was already failing, Sony Music had to buy CBS over, retaining the Nigerian partnership. Okay?
Yeah.
Then, so in some way, let me explain another thing why, if you say Sony Ade was released under CBS, Sony Music, it wasn't Sony Nigeria, it was Sony International.
Wow.
So, yes, because Sony Okoso had no relationship with Sony Nigeria. It was Sony International, which was the larger body.
Sony Okosun or Sony Ade?
Sony Ade.
Sony Ade.
Sorry,
Okay.
Sony Ade.
Okay.
Then Okosu, of course, was EMI all through. There were so many other artists that came on that EMI.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I'm leaving one out. I'm trying to remember that one. The other, Tabansi. Tabansi had the likes of Felix Liberty. Had the likes of
Alexito.
and they helped and something Henshaw. A whole lot of big artists.
So, I'm glad you talked about that, because Famos was like, it's not a lot of them. But back then, before they
were even some private
private
labels
listen.
you don't know.
So, aside from record labels, because the labels were there back then, so many back then. Unlike now, there is like barely a handful, right? Because there were so many superstars.
Yes, and they were working. You know, the good thing about it was that you could own a label and sign your works through this bigger label
For distribution.
Yeah. So that was happening. Because, of course, some of the guys, and because they have good music, they didn't want to just give all their rights away. It was okay, fine. We could jointly own this property for XY period. After that, it comes back to me so that we don't infringe on a copyright. So a whole lot of things did happen then.
Do you have any question before I get into the music?
No,
you don't.
No, hold on. Back then, what would you say? Okay, this is my top 5. Top 5 of like, okay, all right.
You know, like how now we have big 4, big 5, Bonner, Wizkid, and we were just talking now about how many superstars you guys had, from the Felix this, the Chris this, that, you, and all that stuff.
Yes.
So like, your top 5 back then.
Who were the big 5?
No, big five.
Who would you consider?
Oh, big 3.
Big 5. No, there were so many. There were so many.
Yeah, the reason, don't forget that there were era to era. Okay, so if you want to talk
before
about
your era, before your era, give us big 5 before your era,
before my era,
and then during your era.
Yes, during before my
so it's
era,
big 10.
yes, before my era, we had so many.
Too many.
We had Fela Kuti.
So are you giving us your big 5 now?
Yes.
Okay. So
Fela.
Fela.
Fela was
number 1.
Number 1. And then we had the like of King Sunny Ade. And then we have Ebenezer Obey, because these two were,
the whiskey
you
that
know,
Davido
rivals.
yeah.
But it was in-house built rivalry. So we know that. And then we had that, which is 3 already.
3, yeah.
So if we now look at the East, we used to have this guy. Oh, what is his name now? The guy that... Many people, your friends.
Don't worry, you don't know about that one.
I forgot his name. Oh
When
my
the
God.
coming is good and going.
Yes.
Many people. Baba, don't worry now.
Okay, anyway.
I'll try to remember his
number
name.
4.
We don't know his name, but we'll look for it.
Number 4.
But that was his only...
No.
Oh, okay.
He did 2 beautiful albums.
And that would
don't
put him in
forget
like top 5?
Yes, exactly. Because one album contained almost like how many songs that were very... And in the
not like these days, Famous will put one
in
single.
the marketplace.
Yeah.
If this is what... That's the only song we could remember because... But if not, all his songs were very powerful. They were, and he was very proverbial, very educative, so many things in one. So that's the reason I could count him to be one.
Okay, so that's 4.
That's 4.
Who's your number 5?
Number 5, I would say, is Sierra Leonean.
And Nigerian artist now.
Because he was always very
top
prominent.
5 now.
Top 5 after that time. Because he was always David, what's his name?
Is he the one that sang
Sweet Mother?
Sweet Mother, yeah.
And Oh My Sweetie, no.
Oh My Sweetie,
yeah.
my
because
that's not a Nigerian song.
No,
for Sierra Leone.
How did I know? In 2017, when we did Ankara Fest 2017, Dwayne Richmond was hosting. So, like, you know how this year we did the Sunday event, it was a major tribute to Kenya. In 2017 was a major tribute to Sierra Leone. I mean, Sierra Leone was all over the place. Dwayne was Sierra Leone. The face of Ankara Festival was Sierra Leone and Ajima Cole. So they are coming on stage. So Ajima and Dwayne hosted.
Yeah.
So the song we used to introduce them on stage was that My Sweetie song. I didn't know that song was a Sierra Leonean song.
I'm just finding out.
It was a Nigerian song. Because we bought the hell out of that song in Nigeria.
Actually, it was... When the song was released in Sierra Leone, it was a major hit, but not really major. Until cross-border. Until cross-border. I think the guy just came in, brought his stuff to EMI. And they just looked at it, look, we'll try the market with them.
Yeah.
Boom.
That song is, bro.
That's a classic.
The whole of West Africa, just like... Nico Mbaga's Sweet Mother. So the thing broke boundaries into all areas. The only place it did not go in Africa at that time because of the appetite was South Africa. But every other place.
That song is
that song.
So in your era, because there were a lot of pretty boys. There were a lot of pretty boys with Jerry Coyle.
No, there were people in my era. There are some people I can't even call to be in my era. They just came to meet us.
Okay. So in your era, it's true now.
It's like me.
Alexito used to live across from me. Like,
no, that's a lie.
See, it's like me. Look, let me tell you. It's like me now. If it wasn't for the fact that I and Chris, what's his name, Felix Liberty, are buddies, age group. I'm probably older than him with 1 year.
Right.
But he was way back before me. Yeah. So there's no way I can say, we are of the same era.
But you guys were popping. So because
no.
Remember
his last album only popped up in my era. Which was Ifoma. He had released Ngozi way back in 82. He has released the other one that came in 83. So
Ifoma popped
up in 90 something.
Ifoma.
Yes. Yes. I want to marry you. Yes. So and that was his last, after many years of not releasing an album. So he just came out, boom. That was his last album. So, made him relevant.
So in your era, for who you want to categorize in your era, who were the top?
He's number one. I mean, he's going to...
Let Baba answer now.
Yes, sir.
Who were your top? Who were your top 5?
Well, top 5.
Whether you include yourself or not, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
but who were your?
yes.
Who would you? No, aside from yourself, don't include yourself.
Okay.
No, you should. You should.
No.
All these 5 people.
I'll take a bow.
Okay.
All these 5 people.
I know.
You are above. So we on the Famous Lentini podcast
Yes.
agree that you are above or you were top of these 5 people. But who were your other 5
That you respected.
Respected so well? I could say yes. I'll put Raskimono.
Was Raskimono your time?
We came out at the same time.
Really?
Kimono, same 88, me 88, Majek Fasha 88.
No way! No!
Everybody.
So the Felix Liberties
88.
and Alex O.
89. Then, no, so we...
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Baba, I don't know. And Majek?
Actually, we saw...
Baba, your time never to tail like that, too. What are we talking about?
Majek Fashion, yeah, of course, but we're talking about... If you're talking about album release, you might say so.
Yeah.
But I've been involved in the music industry since 82.
82.
So I've been...
Spain 82.
Yes. So basically, but when it comes to album release, of course, I started I was mid-80s.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from the genesis of album release of my time, you'll find that these 3 people I've mentioned, Alex Raskimono, Majek Fashek, who's the other guy I mentioned?
It's Alex O. That
Alex O. Wow. Alex O.
This is Alex O, not Alexito.
Alex O is before.
Alex O was
no, Alex O was
So Zito is after?
After.
Wow.
Yes. So, and then we have even
the
Sonny Neji was after.
Sonny Neji was after, Sonny Neji was part of the newer, the 90s.
Yes, exactly.
Early mid-90s.
No, but even
the
those
AIT era.
Yes, exactly.
AIT era.
No, Zito was even before. Zito was even before Sonny Neji.
Yes. Sonny Neji. That's what I'm saying. Sonny Neji was the AIT era.
Okay,
when Sango Rukano.
No, that wasn't his first album. But I'll tell you the truth, I'll tell you a secret here.
You go tell us your top 5.
Not to fool around and not to let it get into my head. Yeah. I think I contributed 85. I don't want to say 95% into Sonny Neji's career.
Wow!
Because his first demo, I did it.
What?
I did his first demo.
Did you get credit?
Oh yeah. Till tomorrow, if you ask him, he will tell you the story. I didn't even know until years later. I said, look, I was listening to one of his interviews and he was singing my praise. I said, look at this.
Look at this guy, your guy. So, unlike Famous will never sing my praise anywhere. Famous has never helped me in this life.
The only way Famous will recognize
Famous has never helped me in this life.
You know the difference? Wait, now, Lentini. The only way Famous will recognize you is when you give him kind. Every
time I come with offering, Jack Daniels and Coke, I don't know what else I need to do.
Don't worry, that's small.
So your top 5 in your era. So you said Majek,
Raskimono,
Alex
O. I could include not for album release, but very dynamic in terms of promotions and ideas and concept. There are more than 5. I forgot to even
just give us your
Bright
top
Chimezie.
5.
Bright Chimezie is one of them.
Was it? But Bright was before your time.
Bright Chimezie was almost the same time. It was just 1 year difference.
When it was in that so 1 year difference, we still can't put that in that music.
Exactly.
When it was with the Customs band and all that stuff.
No. Customs band, he hasn't released the album.
He was just playing in the band.
Just like me, we're playing, playing the band. But eventually he stepped up to play it and moved from the Customs band, did that song. with Rogers All Stars, and the custom band followed him because it's like, this now our guy. Go follow and die.
Yeah.
So that was what happened.
When you were playing in a band, just like you were talking about Bright now, did you take your band members or some of your band members with you when you went solo?
No, I could not, because Onyeka was a solid star in her own right. So she owned the band. But I was able to...
The Zappas?
No. I didn't take the Zappas.
Oh, okay. You
Zappas
left the Zappas.
Now I left the Zappas. Because Zappas was only recording. We just do recordings, not
backup.
bands.
There's no backup.
Yes.
We know the difference.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the education of my brother. If you did tell me that, I don't know.
I formed my own band from the scratch, but with the help of some members of the Kabasa band, which is Onyeka's band. Some members.
Okay. So
I mean, like,
so
after all, like, you, like, because I was trying to understand, like, how everything you just moved to the US. Like, after everything.
Yeah, well.
No. Let's not go to the US. Maybe US is part 2. Wait. Baba, you are living almost 10 years.
I know, okay.
Yeah, you go, that's why I say you cut it. I understand. Yes. So, now, thank you very much, Baba, for sharing your journey so far.
Exactly.
We haven't touched your music at all. Now we want to touch
I
your
agree
music.
now. It's a jack.
So yeah, I know. Now let's touch on your music.
Okay.
Like I said, 6 or 7 of your songs out of so many remain hits.
Classics.
Till someone like me have great hits.
Yeah.
Because I'm still going to be in the club till like 101 or 102.
I love that spirit.
So, your first demo, you said Omoge was part of your first demo.
Yeah.
Time and Money was not there yet.
Yeah.
But what was going through your mind when you released?
Now shower music now.
Wait now.
This man
now worry man. This man now worry man.
What else was going through his mind? Now woman, now you didn't tell us. The name is right there.
Was fantasizing by.
Is there Omoge?
Now the way you didn't reason.
Which girl you didn't think about?
Can we know if he was fantasizing about it?
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I don't know.
The stallion was right. He was seeing the stallion every day for almost 3 years.
Okay, all right, cool.
Do we know whether it was the stallion that Oga
So
was
who's the
taking out?
Omoge?
Wait now. I don't. This one I don't like famous.
Is it?
So, Baba,
yes.
that first demo, how many songs were in that demo?
5.
Omoge?
I have Omoge.
Uh-huh.
I have one known as Ayeme in my language. I have the one that is called...
My Life? Is that
My Wife.
My Wife.
My Wife. I have the one I would call Onyovome, my brother.
My brother,
but
okay. The writer? Are we talking about the writer now or just brother in general?
My brother.
Okay.
But the wife
wasn't...
in
in general.
You were not married then. The wife song was...
Can you... Baba was fantasizing. Wait, why are you jumping?
If I tell you, if I shock you... As
Baba
at
don't get bikini that time.
As at that time, I already had a wife. My first son is 84.
Yeah.
And my wife demo was
83, 85?
No.
The demo.
The demo was 86.
86.
The demo was 86. The demo was 85.
85. 85. So, Omoge, my wife, my woman, my girlfriend,
my brother.
or my brother.
My brother. Then Concert Fever.
Concert Fever.
Which became the title of the album.
And then the fifth one was what?
The fifth one, I can't remember. Okay. But eventually, when we had to put the song together, like I told you, my producer had to bring in some new songs, replacing that one. Okay. And there were 7 songs in that album.
So Omoge, I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, was a breakout song out of that demo or EP or demo, right? What was going through your mind? Who was he? Baba,
Okay.
I can respond.
wait now.
I can respond for him.
Now you sing it. You were not
guys-
born
What you
yet.
say? Omoge who didn't see yesterday.
You guys,
No, be
No,
me.
you
Now you can win. Now you can win. Now you can win.
you guys are already
Now you can
talking.
win.
You're talking your mind.
Now you can win.
You spoil children.
Now you can win.
Let me honestly say this. As a young
Baba, wait.
writer,
I never asked my question. I never asked my question.
Where you want to go again?
I never asked my question.
Don't be the burukutu.
Your breakout classic album, which will
yeah.
remain a classic forever.
Thank you.
Which clubs were you at? Bobby Benson Hotel in Lodge?
Yes.
Which clubs were you frequenting that time? Who was the woman?
Okay, and
I think it's Oyeka Win.
No.
But prove me wrong.
No. Oyeka Win was not even in the picture.
What was going through your mind?
What was it? As a
What
young,
was it?
I just told you, as a young writer too, because writing is in the family, and we tend to be very poetic in many ways, and but I think it was from the knowledge of understanding that made me to take it if you believe it or not. I was one of those you could say pioneered the concept of using vernacular and English, because there was no one doing it. I started the idea.
Do we want to take Fela out of that, or do we want to
No.
include Fela? Because Fela was...
Fela was in his own right doing pidgin and Yoruba.
Okay.
I'm talking about my era. I'm not talking about Fela's era.
Were you inspired by Lady?
Yeah.
For that Omoge song?
Yeah. I was inspired by Lady. I was inspired by a whole lot of Fela's song. And I'll tell you this, there's always an idol that you look up to.
Right.
And Fela remains, that's why I said,
you had mentioned that,
exactly.
yeah.
So I had nothing else but kudos for such a person, because I know he's a genius in his own right.
Yeah.
So in my time, I knew I wanted to do something, if not better. Even though I am still struggling to beat that headline,
right.
I believe in my mind that I have achieved something that I believe people in my, age group and time will probably still see as dynamic, because they couldn't beat me, even though they tried.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I could say, when you're talking about Omoge as a song, you look at wanting to shoot a movie. You want to tell a story. There must be a story behind the song, not just booba like
unlike
people.
Today.
Yeah, unlike today.
All the music way famous they do.
So you must have to see.
Jagbajantis music.
You must have to see yourself in the image of someone that is either crooked, wise, or stupid. And that's what the public wants to hear. So I needed something good enough for me. And thank God, like I say, I won't take the credit alone. I had a producer that has to take the nail and the hammer to shape some part of it neatly. Because sometimes, today, I'm good at what I do because somebody that I started with taught me well. And that is, I remember when I used to write songs, sometimes I'll write a lyric so long, just one sentence like this go long.
Just cut it.
Just cut it here. No. Do this. Sometimes I use certain words and use this, and that helped me. So eventually, when I start becoming my own, I've gained my own mastery level. It's so easy for me to do.
Right.
But and I'm teaching the likes of Famos.
Yeah. Like even the first time I met you, I was you were working with Melvin. Melvin. Shout out to Melvin. And I was like, oh shit,
Melvo.
I was like, hey man, I can't wait to work with you and all that. And ever since then, in the valley, up in fucking,
I remember.
The first time that was the first time I ever drove to the valley, because I used to live in Hawthorne.
Yeah, where that time they do 419.
No, it wasn't even in value. Forgotten that when
Miku's place.
Miku wasn't even
Miku hasn't even started. You remember that guy that used to what's his name now? That is a pastor now. That is he from
Sammy?
No.
Phone God. I mean, a phone.
Oh, it's Stanley.
Stanley. Yes, Stanley. And don't forget at the studio in Crenshaw. You remember? That was the studio that we used to go before Valley.
Oh, shit. Actually.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh,
you
damn,
don't forget. Yeah, he never reach my age. You don't forget. Oh, go the world.
Yeah, so those times, like, you know, like we when you were working on, I was like, oh, shit. I can't wait to get my own studio. And
and eventually, which you got, you now got a studio. No longer is it a Rosecrans?
Rosecrans.
You now got a studio.
It was Stanley's.
Your Stanley's there, yes.
Then we started working from there.
And then before you moved it to the Valley.
The Valley, and
we're under JP.
Yes. I mean, it was my shit, but who's counting? Then now we're here.
No, this is the real deal. This is the real deal.
So I didn't have all the privileges he had. I was watching you on NTA. I only saw you on TV.
Yeah, true.
You know.
God's gift.
Oh.
Yeah.
And a few songs like that. You know, Rumba. And then all of a sudden, Time Na Money. Okay. You didn't tell us the woman that inspired Omoge. We're going to leave it.
No, you see, if I tell you,
yes,
it's deeper than you know.
Okay, so let's
leave it like that.
No, because the first line in the song is like,
this titi,
Omoge,
this titi,
because that opening line,
yes,
the only song that I could remember, I could kind of relate it to was. If you call a woman African woman,
no go green.
Yeah. That's why I asked you that question.
I even did a version of that lady.
Yeah.
I did it here.
We did a remix.
I took permission from Fela before he passed on, and he said, "Look, go
ahead.
But as long as if it's local in Nigeria, don't pay me no royalty.
Yeah.
But if it cross the borders, you owe me."
Because that time, Let Your Love Show and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Time Na Money in that 1989, 88, 89?
No, it's 89.
89.
It's 88, sorry.
88, 89.
October 88.
Come flow into Dirty December. We did do Dirty December that time.
Man.
Because that time, was Lekki Sunsplash 18 in 89? In late 80s?
No.
Because they were doing so many festivals.
Yes. Lekki Sunsplash started 89, yes.
89. So, Time Na Money, 1988, 1989, into 99, where we just enter secondary school. Famous, they just born famous that time.
Small boy.
91, they born me now.
Babali story. Time Na Money will never, ever fade.
Yeah.
No.
Ever.
Yeah.
True.
And Omoge too.
Time Na Money.
I remember that.
Listen, time is money.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know which Igbo you smoke for shrine that time. Were you ever at the shrine?
Several times.
Okay.
But I never smoked.
Okay.
Now people won't they catch me.
I don't secondhand, Baba. I had so much secondhand smoke in my life at the shrine.
When I come like this, I just kill him so you want more. Okay.
Baba, who called you to the side and said, here is a song I wrote. You have the best voice in the industry to put it out. Who was the person? Who was the angel that said, I wrote this song. I looked throughout the industry. Alexito, Majek Fashe was smoking Igbo and calling rain. What's his name? Raski Mono was doing rumba style somewhere.
Rumba
Like, none of these people can make this song what it would be. Here you go.
Okay.
Or
now,
were you just sitting in the room?
No.
I don't know the woman waiting inside that room with you.
No. Actually, what happened is this. With Time Na Money was something else. Way back in 1982,
1982.
Yes, 1982.
I was just 1 year old.
Small boy, you know.
About the year you Spain host World Cup for 1982.
Yes.
No, it was a child then.
Time and money was a jingle.
Wow.
A jingle that was written by Mike Okri, late Mike, a broadcaster, you know, from the East, powerful songwriter, broadcaster, name it. So now, the point was, I had to go to Port Harcourt and say, look, listen, I've listened to this song. If you listen to the old Time and Money, you peace out, say, what is this?
Heck?
And it wasn't only Time and Money he did, though. There was another song that I caught my fancy. If I sing it to you, Jaja, oh, my friend, oh, not chop life, oh, you hear? Jaja, oh, take cool, oh. He was the one that wrote that one too. But I just figured that Time and Money was it for me. So when I took it, he said, okay. Then he was in Port Harcourt as well as in Surulere, because Surulere seemed to be like a little hub for him.
Surulere was the hub.
Yeah,
I was there.
Surulere, you don't go anywhere.
Now, the bigger picture was Laolu, actually, because when I asked him, I said, look, I'd like to do the song. Oh. Now, Laolu contacted me and said, the guy that my party now. Laolu now my producer. So Laolu said, okay, how you want? Okay, go Port Harcourt. Because at that time, they said he was busy in Port Harcourt, so I traveled to Port Harcourt. I missed him just briefly. I had nowhere to stay. I had to go to, from there I traveled to Omoge because my grandma is from Omoge. I had to stay in Omoge, came back to Port Harcourt town, and then was able to see him. So we rubbed minds. Say, hey, now Laolu saying you can look me like this, small boy.
Yeah.
So I said,
Like who you be?
yeah, so I said, yes.
Baba, you young that time with Jerry Coy.
Yeah, of course now. So he can't look me. I say, well, as a matter of fact, if Laolu sent you, he said, if Laolu sent you, then I know the job is done. Okay, no problem. But tell him that when you record it, your version, let me hear it.
Right.
So I went back to Lagos. I took the song, I shredded it. I made what this here, I added some of my few words. I made some pattern and brought the breakdown. Boom. That's like that's
another intro. That's another intro, right? You don't need the song to come out.
So those are the magic that cuts, it's like the bullseye. Yeah. So eventually when he heard it, he was like, and the good thing too, we're now seeking for what's the best form of bass line. And Laolu, being a super duper producer, say, hey, who will come play this thing? Let's bring in the Quincy Jones of our time then, Lemmy Jackson. Wow. Lemmy Jackson just entered the studio like this. It's okay, we can hear the thing. Okay, that's what I mean.
Wow.
Everybody on the shake head. The thing just, after all those intros, because as at that time we've done the intros, we've done, and then we've done the guitar work, everything, but we left the bass and said, who go play? We wanted to bring a live bass player, which fortunately and unfortunately, I would say unfortunately because Zito is a good bass player. Yeah. He's one of our best bass players then. Because to tell you, Zito too has been in the front line of being a session man before he became an artist. So he's been there. It's just that when it comes to album release, that's why we say he came before us, but he don't did there. He don't did the market since. So at a point...
Zito?
Zito. That is Alex Zito.
Alex Zito?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I tell you, I tried that.
So...
I confused the Alex.
So another person I probably didn't mention, not that he wasn't there, but a lot of rascality full in hand was Daniel Wilson. Rascality.
So it was your set too, right?
Yeah, no.
After Daniel was after.
No.
Before?
Daniel Wilson even came before me. But
Daniel was before?
Daniel came a year.
Call me.
Yes. Daniel came 1 year. Actually, we recorded, let me tell you the secret. Daniel and Evied Now Holy started the same year, which was 86. I was still with the band while they were still looking for sponsors, and Eviedna Ogoli was already captured by the husband, who that later became her husband, which is Ima Ogosi. And Ima Ogosi has been a super, one of our veterans in the business. So it was Ima Ogosi that produced, but at that time, no money. So most of the things we had to do is, I better come do this one for me now. If this album blow, go pay. So eventually when we did that of Vietnam, being zappers that we are now, we put our voice, they took it to Polygram. Polygram ran with it because that was how they, and before you know it, Vietnam. So the second album, they called us too. We did that. Then the third, now so we can't continue. Then Daniel just came from Port Harcourt. He was just this. Yeah. So, but Daniel Wilson did. That's what I said. The most popular album came later. That's why you could think
they are later. Yeah.
If not, his first album was done by a local label, but championed by and produced by the father of Benita Okoje.
Okay.
The young girl that came that time.
So that
was singing Christian music.
That was Ben King Iyere Okoje. And Ben King was the manager of Chris Okotie way back.
Wow. So that Edo line, Edo Bendel connection was just there.
That's to tell you the truth.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Damn, that's all this history, now, you're working on new stuff right now.
Yeah, exactly.
With me.
I don't know why Famos like to they jump. We never talk rumba. We never talk.
Because
it's okay. We never talk of
I'm saying,
go ahead.
The reason why, because Oga Mike can tell you stories from. We're gonna be here till
that's why we need to be. That's why
till 5 hours.
That's my fault.
Did I ask for apology? Oga Mike, did I ask for apology before I went this route?
No way.
I asked to. I said, please. I want to go this route with this podcast.
Yeah.
He said, okay. Now he wants to cut it short.
I'm not cutting it short. I'm saying, okay.
This is how he bullies me all the time.
You know why they cut you short?
This is why he's bullying me. Because he don't know what we talk about.
Because
you know why they cut you short? Check him, baby. When they try to copy you. So let him say, copy. If you like, make it reach.
In baby, no they join.
Wait,
in baby, no they join.
See, if you like, make it reach.
He join now.
You don't ever get grey hair for you. You can never get grey hair.
That's fine.
All right.
No, I don't find grey hair.
Okay. So I know you didn't stop. Was Okweke 2012 or 8? When was Okweke? When was Rumba and Okweke? Was it on the same album?
Rumba and Okweke was on the same album.
Was it 89?
1990.
1990. A year after. Okay.
No,
all right.
88, then 89.
88.
And then 88, then 90.
90. Okay. All right. I think
and then
because
the last
Famos wants to
album
talk about himself.
was 92.
No, I'm not talking about
No, Famos wants to talk about himself. I know he's been producing for you for a minute.
No,
so
yes. Tell him that. Tell him about the drink that you drink.
As a good guy.
Tell him.
As a good guy. I want you to also have his flowers.
Yes, sir.
But before we head to that part, did you face any challenges? Like, again, I went this route because I listened to Shino. I just listened to Shino Peters, how he was arrested, the people he played for, and all that stuff. He had to adopt or take other people's names for certain things to happen for him. Brighty Museum from the customs and all that stuff. Things he had to go through to do the things he did. Right? To the point that Davido is sampling him and he's still getting some kind of recognitions and stuff like that. What were they're probably numerous. Now, Nigeria will happen to it. Nigeria has been happening to us.
Nobody will not go happen to.
If you can tell us maybe 2. But don't go too in depth. I know say many.
Yes.
Me, when no sing, I face challenges.
Yes.
Challenges. Talk of people like you that were in the limelight.
Challenges are part of life. And one very notable one is when just starting off, not having a place of your own, And sometimes
that is kind of common amongst.
Yes, because it got to a point where I didn't even have money to feed my family.
That is so.
I'll tell you.
That is crazy.
I will take works and go play events. Boys will run with my money.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll see the crowd.
And they go say, "We don't make money."
Because many times I was
Famos just did that to me.
I was one of those that started campus shows because people love me when I'm playing Uniben, Ekboma, Aochipoli, Ida, many more. Lagos. Before Lasso was later. But I'm talking about Unilag and all the campuses around, even Unilori and so forth.
Wow.
And I remember one of my biggest show that I played was in Ekboma. In short, a whole fence fell down because of the crowd.
University.
Yes, you couldn't contain the crowd. Guess what? I was seeing bag of money and I was so excited. Don't make money. Everybody was like,
"You're wrong with the money."
Then all of a sudden, for some reason, I was just telling, and then I had bouncers, but not really like. At the end of the day, they said, "Bro, let's say the guy went the whole bag of money on the game. When I go turn, it was in the process of people trying to. I just stopped the band, say okay." Now, a whole fence up to about how many feet just fell. Wham! People got injured. And that's what they claim me come out. When we begin to look for the guy now, the guy don't take off.
The money come out.
The next thing was that we're stranded. The transporter that was supposed to take us from here to back, from Ekuma to Benin, so that we can have another show. So girls in hostels started feeding us. And eventually they gathered money for us to go to Benin.
So what was happening in that hostel while you were there?
Wow, God. What were you?
I know them for that one. I know them for that one.
The question is,
I don't know. I don't listen.
Why were they feeding you?
I'm not there.
What was happening?
I have sympathy. Because see, as an idol that they so admire, they felt bad. They felt bad.
So, it's Mike Okri.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Give him some eba and fufu.
See, I don't think no. That was the first time I ate. That was the first time I ate feshelu. Feshelu. I'm telling you now. When
Yoruba name that.
Yoruba name, but we adopted it. You know. No, I will tell you. They go just do. They can just get concoction. There were geisha. Do papa soup, pour raw pepper. Then they come put cold water for Gary Conti can do one like this. It go come strong when it cold water. They go do a bath for you now. Let me who can they eat? Look at this.
You do things, man. And I wasn't even born at that time. I was born, but I mean,
you don't admit the truth. Yes. So we and those are very rare cases where we must survive. It was more somebody came up with the idea. Say, before we leave Ekuma, where school they go waka go tango. He said, look, get Gary. Before I knew, they prepare soup. Can do. Now they tell heat the soup. Can do.
Wow.
Then because we were looking at the Gary now before they go do them. Oh yeah, put them.
Baba, you were so popular at that time. Yeah. When you were so popular at that time, were you not making money?
I would say to a certain degree that when we started on very rough ground. Because in many ways than one, the record companies will always tell you, we didn't make money. And what are you going to do? You have to be that artist that has to take yourself on the road. So those were some of the practical things I did to be able to feed my family. And I was smart in doing it because it made me more popular eventually. Because if I hadn't gone on the road, if I was so lazy to sit back and wait for record companies to sell whatever, I would have been, no, in short, my popularity for your end for radio. But I was lucky. But again, this is the beauty of it. All that gave birth to my commitment with the club called Night Shift.
Hey!
Because that was a club.
Ikeja.
Yes, that was a club that I was loyal to. Ken Kalim.
Famous. Stay out of this.
See, Ken Kalim.
Famous.
Wait.
Famous.
See.
That is one of the governors.
Yes.
Famous.
I
Stay
actually
out of
launched.
this.
I could say Night Shift launched me because when
Olumese.
Ken Kalim Olumese, I can call him now. He's my buddy. He's a fantastic big bro to me. This is the thing. When I got in, he knew from time, and that guy has, foresight.
Was it Okpebi or Allen? Okpebi?
First Okpebi, and then before Okpebi, and then moved. No, the first one was Allen. Between Allen and the hint of Okpebi, but eventually he moved to his own place that he bought in Salvation Army.
Salvation.
Yeah, that belonged to him. So the truth was that when he started,
they burned that place down.
By mistake, electric, and then he rebuilt it. Yes. And I'll tell you the truth.
Stay away from
Do you know how he became a nightclub, a pharmacist that became a nightclub owner? Wow. He went to a club with his friends at what's his name of that place close to the Air Force barrack? On
Oshodi Expressway.
Oshodi Expressway.
Yeah.
He went to, and then there's an Igbo guy that was very famous too that had a club after class. Because John
Obafemi
Chuku has class.
Famous. Stay out of this conversation. Class nightclub.
Yes, because we have.
That was the first nightclub I went into in my life. I think I was like maybe 12 or 11.
From bridge to...
Because class, so Ikeja on that bridge.
No.
Because class was next to Fan.
Fan milk, yes.
Class was next to Fan.
Yes.
On that bridge was down the road
towards
I was partying there.
No, Baba, listen, you were not leaving their house.
So the point I'm making here is that after that experience, he went to this club with his buddies. Then he just came back from Russia. He studied in Russia. And when he came back, the guy was throwing them out. He said, this guy, they throw me out. I'm going to own my club. And if I own my club, I'll be the best. You know, one of the beautiful things that Ken did, when Ken set up this club, he made it everybody's club, but with a class. And this is when, and then he built what was known as the Glamour Boys. And then he had the gold card sector. So he had all the
famous
top guys in business, I wanna, in corporate business in it, and then had we who are celebrities and young, dynamic minds as Glamour Boys.
And famous. Let me break down what Okubek is saying.
On Saturday, let me come on this one. On Saturday, after the club was gone into Sunday, this guy don't let us go. He built what is known as a think tank.
We'll
give a breakfast there, and then we'll still spend our Sunday.
Bro,
we go eat breakfast. Then we go watch what happened previously.
Bro,
that's why we're gonna knock ideas.
Fatai would probably know. Our friend Fatai would probably know a little bit more because Night Shift was right by his house. Yeah. But I also grew up in Ikeja. I have never been inside of Night Shift. Never. I could never.
It still lives in my memory.
Listen, I could never. They never born me to enter Night Shift. They used to call him the governor. He was a governor of the nightclub, but he was tagged as one of the governors of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But all he governed was a club.
Yes.
But because just like Uncle Mike is saying, Night Shift in Ikeja then in Okpebi, Allen, Okpebi area
was the best in Africa.
Was the best
in Africa.
Everybody and anybody that was somebody was at Night Shift.
The only reason
I never heard of it.
Bro! So sad. The only reason the Night Shift
came out what year?
Wait, it was 1988
80 something.
Yes. I tell you the truth.
Oshope Plaza,
few months before the likes of us that I mentioned, Raskimono, myself, my joke, came out. But let me honestly say one thing. The Night Shift as a club, the only reason it was not sustained up till now was when it got to a point where the family now said, oh God, you don't old.
You don't old, yeah.
Make one of your pikin.
Run
All
it.
the children say, nada.
No.
So because the man was very dead. The man can be in that club, almost like 3 days, 4 days, he's not going to go home. But people go to say they do something else. Not lie. They run with his staff. I don't know about the other things. But he was at a point when you come to know the man himself, you know he's a workaholic.
At some point, I hope, hopefully if people listen to this podcast or watch this podcast and stuff like that, there should be some type of history, some documented history about Night Shift. Because Night Shift...
There is.
Night Shift contributed.
There is.
To even Afrobeat of today.
I never heard of Night Shift.
Night Shift...
That thing you don't hear of it is because it didn't happen in your era.
Night Shift was one of the venues, just like the shrine, just like Fela's shrine.
Exactly.
Just like Fela's shrine.
Exactly.
Only that Fela's shrine only was for Fela for the most part. Night Shift was for every
all the
act.
major artists passed through.
Bro, there was no president, and I might be wrong about that, but there was no governor that Caleb was not inviting.
Let me tell you.
To Night Shift.
Let me tell you.
And hosting.
Let me tell you, Lentini, one of the greatest things that catapulted Night Shift to the next level was when we started our GHR, known as Grand House Reception. That was the body that was inviting celebrities
to Night Shift.
And people will have one-on-one conversation with their governors, with their head of government, and
everybody was at Night Shift.
If you are a pastor, a bishop, and you are known,
you were at Night Shift, bro. You were at the nightclub,
and it will be televised,
bro. It was at a nightclub.
And the guy, when the GHR started, it started like play. It was like we sat down and we said, why don't we have something? Oh, I give a shout out to Zeb Ejiro. And then many of the guys will sit back and then we'll be, forget it. Chicken in the basket, we will not chop and finish. Take coffee, our eye go open like this.
Then all the hoes rapping.
That man get, when I say the man get ideas, So when he started GHR, I said, Ken, don't start again. Won't delay us here. He said, no, my friend. Stop that rubbish. Just listen.
That guy was paid. Claire was paid.
So at the end of the day, came up with that concept. The first one was boom. Late Keshi was also...
Stephen Keshi
came on board. A couple of other dynamic Nigerians before he went into government. Before he went into government, he started with Chris Okotie because there was a lot of controversy at one point. Brought him, boom. A lot of things were well understood about him eventually, because if that interview had not come up, people would still have thought otherwise.
Right.
And many things like that. So the GHR was a big thing. It took Night Shift from just an ordinary club into
a major hub, a major entertainment hub. Okay, Baba, thank you very much. I want to come to the recent times.
We got to wrap up. If we don't wrap up now, we're not going to be ready.
No, we're going to wrap up in 10 minutes. You've been doing some new stuff with Famos. You've been doing some new stuff with Famos. I want us to talk about, because you're not done doing music. You've been doing music since then till tomorrow, right? So, and I know you've been doing some stuff that Famos is producing and working with you on. Famos, if you want to take it from there, like how far has that gone? How was your experience working with Mike Okri so far? You get what I'm saying? Like, what are you learning from Mike?
Like, you know what? Like, I'm learning a lot. So every time we work, like when he does vocals, it's like
just like my own, right?
Oh, I'm like, Mikey, don't do that. We don't get 15 tracks of just like. But it's good or not good? It's good. No, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's like 20, like, I'm like, bro, man, I'm running out of tracks, bro. Like, you know, like, but but at the end of the, when you hear the end version, you're like, oh, fuck.
This is why.
This is why.
Talent.
So even when I'm recording other people, I'm like, oh, give me harmonies.
Right.
Okay, give me a bass. Give me
me,
bass.
I give you all of that.
I beg you do this.
Okay.
So I learned a lot from him because like now I apply that with everybody. I was like, oh, give me something.
Right.
So when you mix it all together, it all sounds good.
Right.
So he could do 15 different voices of one sound, and at the end, it's like, oh, okay, I get it.
I get it.
I get it. So now I don't complain. I was like, okay. He's like, oh, you want drum again?
Let's go. You're used to it.
I'm used to it now. I'm used to it, yeah.
What project, Famos, what project are you guys working on right now?
Okay, maybe I come in there.
Yeah.
One of the songs that I'm doing, and I just want to take the name board is Awodudu. Awodudu is the one we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, Awodudu.
I took that song all the way from, even when I get home, hopefully I'm going to see Femi Kuti, because you can't do anything without getting the fellas involved. It's just a line, an outline, but even then, you still have to let them know that, hey,
I'm taking this.
Yeah, so I'm doing Awodudu, and is a song that needs to be brought back in a way to make us black people proud. So it's called Tell us what Black
Skin.
Black
Skin. Awodudu in English means black skin.
That's one. Then the other one is Ariwo, 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 Lenu Vendo. So I'm doing that too.
Nice.
So it's gonna be good.
Okay, looking forward to that. Shout out to you, Famos, for working with the legend on that.
Yeah,
the thing don't finish.
Shout out to the legend.
Yes,
shout out to
bro.
The legend for giving Famos the opportunity to work with the legend. As we wrap up, thank you very much again. I'm happy that we were able to go through this journey. Like I said, I was inspired by, a lot of all these podcasts that I've been watching and all that stuff. Like, I don't have the opportunity to hang out, or myself and Famos don't have the opportunity to hang out with legends like yourself and stuff like that who've paved the way for so many.
Thank you, bro.
So many artists that. Till tomorrow.
I appreciate that.
And thank you for sharing your journey with us.
Thank you.
And I was going to leave you with you giving advice to these young artists that are coming up today.
Yep.
We still have the audio, so maybe if you want to give one or two advice, one, let's leave it to one, because Famos has to wrap up because somebody's waiting for him at home.
Yes, definitely.
One advice to this young cats today, on their journey. Thankfully, music is paying off more for them now compared to when you guys started.
Yes.
Advice put one advice out there for them.
Yeah, well, simple advice I can give to anyone that cares to listen is, if they have the belief, they should believe in what they believe in, but then they should always understand that for them to be able to do it very well, there must be a beginning. Either you need someone to tell you this is what you're good at, so you don't waste your entire life doing what you're not gifted in.
Right. Yeah.
So it's always very important to say, okay, whatever you're doing, if you want to believe that you believe in yourself, you believe first, and your work will speak for you, because your work will speak volumes.
True.
So if someone hears it and tells you, right on, then it means that you're on the right path. But if you do something because other people are doing it, and then people hear what you're doing and you're not up to that level, or you might never even arrive, just listen to them by saying, you know what, maybe I should go find my niche, find my real talent, and not waste my time.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Thank you very much, legend. Thank you for your time. Famos, sign us up. What are we signing out with?
I don't know. Omoge. We're signing with Omoge.
Let's sign out with Omoge. Please, can you play the entire song? Is it possible?
I'll play that.
Shit.
I need to go pee, nigga.
Too much Jack. Omoge, yes, it is. Shout out. Thank you so much for listening to the
It's
Famous
the
Lentini
famous
podcast.
Lentini podcast.
This is part 1 and part 2.
But yeah,
Enjoy, and leave your comments down
Appreciate
below.
Mike coming through.
Thank you very much, legend.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
sure,
Appreciate
for
you
sure.
always.
My pleasure.
Always. We'll
My
sign out.
pleasure.
I know. I got you here on a surprise. Like,
What I'm gonna do, I could, if you guys can link up with my, before you start yours, if you can link up to, because it's been bothering me a lot on TikTok, to start a live podcast. I've not started. So if you guys can link up, you can use my channel too.
To do that.
No,
we'll do that with this one.
We'll tag you. We'll
tag you with this one, and then let this be your kickoff.
Exactly.
We'll do that. God bless.
God bless.
Thank you very much. More power to you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Adios, amigo.
Thank you so much for the platform.
Yeah.
God bless. Amen.